は空よりも裏中に
There we go. Alright, I'll be back.
空が赤く風も熱も夢も明日も空気中にさまよった理想怒り視線切な渦を巻くような暗く深い場所じりじり音を立ててからめ取られ数えきれぬほどの瞳が全部笑ったら後ろの正面その目は誰あいあいえまるで闇に描かれた叶わない夢のよう髪を振り乱すような気配がざわめくやがてそこに訪れた両手に余る悲しみ叫びは高らかに慈しむほど痛みは空よりもうららかに水槽のディスペア
Alright. He promised 4 chapters? No, I did not. It's just more okay. Fuck these tips. These are just Satoko traps. Alright. Ignore myself. Fives with the 49. Welcome back.
お、そうなんだ。ケイちゃんの親帰ってきたんだね。
栄養剤臭がプンプンして目は充血してて、どうも丸二晩徹夜で相当の修羅場だったらしい。大人は大変だ。
ケイチ君のお父さんって画家さんだったかな。画家さんも大変なんだね。
Oh shit, my camera. You're right. Hold up. You know what else I need to do? Order dinner! I'm gonna starve! Oh fuck, everything's closed, bro. Just tell me to starve to death and die. No. Remember to watch this tomorrow? Yeah, we'll react to the Yishuan thing while we're waiting for it to go live anyways, right? No, it's okay, you can start, we don't mind. Fuck you. Satoko's gonna make me dinner, bitch.
そういえばそうでしたわね。一度どんな絵を描くか拝見したいものですわ。
Artist, huh? I'd seen a number of watercolor and acrylic paintings on display, but he had to have been doing some other job too. But just what did Dad do exactly? What if his parents are like fucking all in on it? He didn't let anyone into his workshop after all. I wanted to sneak a peek one day.
結局家を開けたのは2
Why
晩
did Rena's model like spaz there? So the house was empty for...
短い攻略期間だったね
What? What's she implying?
でケイちゃんは異中のキャラを攻略できたのかな
Huh?
両親不在はギャルゲー主人公の基本だしね
Okay.
好感度をいっぱい稼いでちゃんとフラグが立ちましたですよ。
I have no idea what any of you are talking about.
じゃあこれでケイチくんももう自炊しなくてもよくなっちゃったんだね。ゆうべは何を作ったのかな
In the end, I didn't make a single thing
ゆうべ
myself.
はその野菜炒めを。
おおケイちゃんも少しは料理らしいものを作れるようになったじゃない
ふーん、野菜炒めを作ったんだね。美味しくできたかなレナさん、暑苦しいですわよ。なんで私にベタベタくっつきますの？美味しいご飯に仲良くお皿を洗いっこなのです。
Whoa, 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 whoa.
はう、いいのいいの。暑苦しいと言ってますのよ。
何の話
Mion, utterly confused, asked me for clarification, but I just barely, albeit transparently, averted my eyes. Aye, rat boy.
そうそうみんなさ今日の午後に予定はあるかいないよねあるわけないよね
Today was Saturday, the beautiful day on which we're liberated from the confines of school in the afternoon. Actually, the school in Minazawa had slightly different Saturdays than those in the school city. There were a lot of students here who brought a bento, ate it at lunch, and then went to play in the school or around the schoolyard. You could say that the entire school turned into a children's playground. There were mountains behind the school, and if you went down that way, you'd find mountain streams. You could avoid the strong sunlight and make conversation in the classroom if you wanted to. You could also play hide and seek in the construction pipes. Of course, you were free to go home as well. There were some kids who went home and helped water the fields or tended to the stores. If Mion was bringing up the afternoon like this, then it must have been for some crazy big club event. However, sadly, I had something I needed to do before taking part in whatever it was.
お仕事ですか？ついてないのです。何の仕事でございましょうね。
Dori, you never read Higurashi.
お父さんの画家の仕事のお手伝いとか。お父さんの絵のモデルになるとか？モデル？ヌード？
What? How was that cute? Okay, fine, Dodi, you don't like Higurashi. Leave. Monster. I looked into Rena's eyes and saw myself completely naked in a questionable pose with a single rose in my mouth.
ないない。それだけは100万積まれても絶対にない。
To get rid of Rena's delusion, they grabbed her head and swung it from side to side.
やめて
とまあ愉快な妄想は置いといてだ。とにかく俺にはちょっとお昼に仕事がある。それが終わってからの合流でいいなら OK だぞ。
お昼に仕事おおそりゃなんだかかっこよさげじゃない何ひょっとして各界の VIP との会食ビジネスランチとか
実に悲しいことだが正解だ。
Everyone shouts wildly surprised. It was true. Today I'd be on the job with my family. For my dad's job, he was having about 10 people from the publishing agency over for a house party. Oh, you think this is how we meet Toмотake this time? He called people from work for a party the day after having stayed up 2 nights in a row. I'm amazed at their vitality. Adults have... what? Adults have it pretty rough. Of course, it would be incredibly uncomfortable for me. It would be really tiring to have to force myself to smile at some old dudes I didn't know. But they were my dad's important business connections, so offending them would be bad. Well, with all that said, it was going to get very uncomfortable for me today, starting at lunch.
これは利発そうなお子さんで。
具足の圭一です。圭一、こちらは出版社の本田さんだ。そしてこちらは印刷会社の井上さん。ご挨拶しなさい。
どうも、息子の圭一です。父がいつもお世話になっております。
圭一くんもお父さんのように絵は描かれるのですか？
Nope.
圭一くんの絵もぜひ拝見したいな。
My dad has such a brazen occupation that of an artist. Although I don't really know what kind of things he creates, I don't really care and don't want to see anyway. Dad's so tight-fisted about it, so he doesn't show them to me very often anyway. I'm not a kid anymore, so I wouldn't care at all if they were pictures of naked ladies or
圭一
anything.
くんもお父さんに指示してし
That's
っ
what
かり
you
勉強
think,
すれば、
Keiichi. You would
お
care.
父さんのような素晴らしい作家になれますからね。
ここだけの話ですけど、
Oh god.
親父ってそんなにすごい画家なんですか？
I readied myself and whispered my question. It might have seemed odd for his son to be asking this, but when I did, he gave me this really strange grin and tightly clamped down onto my shoulders. What? Okay.
ええ、それはもう本当に素晴らしい作家さんなんですよ。
Yo, what's Keiichi's dad be drawing, bro? He'd be drawing some sus-ass shit.
そうですか。それは良かったです。
購
He
入
drew
制
the
限は
first
ないし、
Higurashi character arts.
Aware. He'd be drawing something.
ファンサービスはするし、ファンレターには必ずお返事をくれるし、世間のニーズもちゃんと汲み取っていて研究熱心。靴下は脱がしたら絶対に NG。それはメガネや制服だって同じなんですよ。そこを前原先生はよく理解している。
Motherfucker, what you be drawing?
イベントは参加ごとに必ず壁で大行列だし。
すみません。絵ってのは壁に飾るものじゃないんですか？
そんなことはない。初めは誰もが島中から始めるんです。そして島角、大通りの島角と階段を登って、そして至る頂点が壁なんです。あなたもぜひ前原先生と合体で出展できるような大作家になってくださいね。応援していますよ。
It's fine to have a lot of passion for things you like, but I didn't get it. But it seemed that the world of art ran pretty deep. It was probably a much deeper world than I could have imagined. I decided to leave it at that. Then I realized my mom was calling me from the other side of the room.
ケイイチ、電話よ。お友達から。
A lucky break. Maybe I could get out of this uncomfortable business party by using a friend's phone call as an excuse.
He does R34 arts, no wonder they are so rich.
I scrambled over to the front door and snatched up the receiver my mom had left there.
もしもし、俺。
もしもし俺？
Oh my god, this is the first time we're getting a phone call from Satoko.
なんて挨拶はございませんですわよ、ケイイチさん。もう少し言葉遣いをお勉強なさいませ。
I was of the opinion that the person speaking to me had a far stranger way of talking.
なんだ、サトコじゃねえか。お前が俺のところに電話してくるなんて珍しい。
のんきなことを言ってる場合ではありませんのよ。それよりもケイイチさん、あなたいつになったらこっちに来れますの？
悪い。こっちもなんだか長引いちゃってさ、なかなか解放してもらえないんだよ。俺も早く部活に加わりたいんだけどさ。
違いますですわよ、ケイイチさん。今日は部活ではありませんわ。実践ですのよ。
Tatako's voice was different from normal. I can feel the urgency and it drifting through the phone.
実戦？なんだか穏やかな話じゃないな。どういう状況なんだ？
詳しくは会ってからの説明にいたしますわ。とにかく絶対的な危機なんですの。このままでは負けてしまうでございますわ。
What on earth was going on? Could it have been a fight? I didn't know who they were, but laying a hand on someone from Hinamizawa was an absolutely terrible idea.
わかった。すぐに火星に行くぜ。場所はどこだ？
沖宮小学校のグラウンドですわ。駅まで来れば看板があるからわかりますですわよ。とにかく大急ぎですの。
School campus. The situation could have a lot of people involved. Situation could it have turned into an all-out brawl? Who was the enemy here, anyways? Oh, I'm on
わか
fire.
った。すぐ行く。武器も持って行った方がいいか。金属バットでも持っていくか。
What the fuck?
金属バットをお持ちですの？
No, he doesn't.
それは心強いですわよ。お待ち申し上げておりますですわ。
The call cut off abruptly. I need to hurry.
おう、ケイイチ、探したんだぞ。こちらの出口さんがな、ぜひ次のコピー紙で。
そんなことよりバットないかな。金属バットなければ長物なら何でもいいや。
長ければ何でもいいなら、
Oh my
父さん
god.
のゴルフクラブが物置にあるぞ。
Didn't have the same kind of impact, but a golf club was a splendid weapon too. It was lighter than a baseball bat and maybe easier for me to
サンキュー。
use.
それ借りるよ。俺ちょっと友達のところに行かなきゃならない用事ができちゃったんだ。ごめん。
ケイイチ、待ちなさい。
I grabbed the golf club, jumped on my bike, and headed straight for town. Wait for me, Satoko. I'll be right there. Just hold out until then. I didn't actually know where Okonomiya Elementary was exactly, but Satoko's phone call seemed to demand urgency, so I rushed out without asking her about how to get there. But if I went to the station, there would be signs at least. I feel like that's what she said. Then I heard the jingling of a bicycle bell from behind me.
こんにちはなのですよ。
おう、リカちゃんか。
ケイイチ、早かったです。いっぱいいっぱい急いだですね。
Damn, this isn't time to be out of breath. I need to hurry.
すまん。沖宮小学校ってのはどこだ？
ご案内しますです。ついてくるですよ。
Rika-chan rode off on her bike. I followed
急
her.
に里子に呼び出されたんだが、一体どういうことになってるんだ？
はじめはこちらが優勢だったのです。ところが途中から向こうが助っ人を入れてきたのです。ズルなのです。
Shion? What cowards calling for reinforcements the minute they realize they
みん
lose?
なバッタバッタと打ち取られましたのです。歯が立たないのですよ。
Gulp. Sounds like they were
と
pretty
にか
strong.
く詳しい話は後だ。時間がないんだろ。急いでくれ。
お任せなのです。
With Rika-chan leading the way, we headed straight for the elementary school grounds. I asked Rika-chan something during that time. It seemed that all of the club members besides me were part of this fight. Damn, so what Mio was trying to tell everyone was that this would happen? If I had known that, I would have ditched my family job. But it was too late for regrets. According to Rika-chan, we had one-sided advantage at the start, but our angry foes had brought in a powerful ally. The club members put up a resistance and went against them one by one, but apparently they couldn't stand
部
up to
活メ
them.
ンバー総がかりで勝てない？一体そりゃどんな化け物なんだ？
すごいのです。敵は正統派なのですよ。
Orthodox? So they weren't using thuggish brawling tactics, but had actually studied karate or something? Is that what she meant?
もうケイイチだけが頼みの綱なのですよ。
Okonomiya Elementary came into view. I could hear many voices raising hell over there.
ミオ、レナ、サトコ、今行くからな。俺がまとめてぶっ潰してやるぜ。
There were a lot of bicycles left out in front of the school. I left mine there next to them in the same way. I could tell there were a lot of people flooding the campus. Were the two armies in the midst of a huge no-holds-barred brawl? I took my golf club in hand. Whoosh, I swung it. I felt the sensation of sticking firmly to my palm. Great. The feedback wasn't bad. I'm gonna go all out with this thing. Is he gonna kill people? I dashed at a breakneck speed to the school gate, swinging it around.
ついてこいリカちゃん。男前原圭一のバンプ不当な大活躍を見せてやるぜ。
わあ、圭一がとても頼もしいのです。ゴルフクラブで大暴れなのです。
Rikichan applauded me through, though a little dryly, lauding my valiance. The manly Keiichi Maibara put it behind him and headed for the place where he may die.
でも圭一、どうして今日はゴルフクラブなのですか？
仕方ないだろ。俺も最初はバットの方がいいと思ったんだが、うちってバットなくってさ、素手よりははるかにマシだと思って、せめてゴルフクラブを持ってきたんだ。
偉いのですよ。圭一をなでなでしてあげますです。ゴルフクラブで大暴れが楽しみなのですよ。
Despite the emergency situation, Rika-chan reached up and stroked me on the head.
おい、ふざけてる場合かよ。え？
Crack! Just then, an extremely loud metallic sound rang out and I heard many people cheering. Are they playing fucking baseball?
レフト、あー抜けた。回れ、二塁行けるぞ、二塁。
センター、落ち着いて。三塁へ送って。
The center fielder caught the ball and after a brief pause sent it flying to third base. If he had pitched it wildly, it might get there. He gave up on second and threw it to third with time to spare. Instructions from the bench, they were solid. Wait, what?
あ、圭一くん来てくれたよ。さとこちゃん、圭一くん来てくれたよ。
Keiichi's about to play baseball with a golf club.
遅すぎですわ。油を売るのはガソリンスタンドだけで十分でございますのよ。
その前原君って子は本当に助っ人になれるんですか？
Who the fuck are you?
相手はあの強豪校のエース左腕の亀田君ですよ。
Ew! What is that? What the fuck?
甲子園クラスの投手を打ち崩せるなんて一体どんな助っ人なんです？
He's dusty as fuck.
大丈夫です。
Oh shit.
圭一くんならきっと逆転させて
Bro,
くれます
Keiichi
よ。
doesn't fucking know how to play baseball.
本当に頼もしい人なんです。
What? He's the pinch hitter we brought in to take out left arm Kamada with his bullet fastball. The one who had no hit, no run game after another during the regional qualifiers. The undefeated demon pitcher of Oshima. The super high school level pitcher that had already been marked by professional scouts. He's going to win against him?
あんなヘナチョコピッチャーなんか圭一さんには目じゃないですのよ。あんな球楽勝でバックスクリーンを越してくださいますわ。
Murmur. There was a slugger like that in this prefecture? I had no idea. He must have gone under the radar. Hey, that scout stood up. Hey, take a picture. His full name is Keiichi Marubara. Look him up in the database and send his history to our office.
俺が前原圭一だ。
Me?
写真。
A whole lot of sports journalists led by Satoko gripped their cameras tightly and searched for the rumored Keiichi Marubara. For me, I was so dazed at what was happening that I was frozen in place with my golf club up in the air.
圭一さん、こっちですわよ。
The camera people stared at me through their viewfinders, and just like I had, they turned to stone. In the hands of their gallant pinch hitter, Keiichi Marubara was a golf club. Nobody could seem to understand why I was holding something like this, and at this point, neither did I. Cheap. A cold, greasy sweat dripped from me. The first one to break the inordinately awkward silence was Rena.
圭一くん。
おう。
一つ聞いてよろしいですの？
Please don't. Psychic waves of my entreaty flowed out of my face along with my sweat. It somehow seemed to reach the two of them. The deathly quiet reporters all parted as Moses once parted the sea, but Moses probably didn't go through the parted sea this quietly.
野球の試合なら初めからそう言
私言いませんでした？第一バット持ってグラウンドに来いって言ったら野球以外に何を思いつくわけですの？というか何をどう間違ったらゴルフクラブを持ってくるって発想になるわけでございますの？きっとね暗いムードになったチームを明るくして盛り上げようとしてケイチくんがわざとやってくれたんだと思うな。
Rena smiled bitterly and covered for me with all her might. Please believe her, everyone. I'm begging you.
ケイチはゴルフが大好きなのですよ。なでなで。
Rika-chan started patting my head and a broad grin on her face all the while. I pushed her hand away, grabbed her from behind by her suspenders, and picked her up like a kitten.
えリカちゃんなんでさっき駅で会った時野球だって教えてくれなかったんだよ。
True.
そうすりゃ赤っ端を書かずに済んだのに。
ニパ
Rika-chan's smile was like the sun, so incredibly innocent. Urgh, she's glowing. When I saw Rika-chan's radiant smile, I couldn't help but feel like I could forgive anything she did. However, if Rika-chan thought I actually would, then she had another thing
そう
coming.
いうわけでこれはお仕置きだ。
Hit her with the with the golf
レ
club.
ナ
ミ
Oh. Rika-chan still plucked up in my hand. I offered her to Rena. That's right. The kittenified Rika-chan sent Rena's voltage into overcharge.
はあもらったレナがもらったんだよ。はあかわいいよ。
Hop, spinny spin. Rena stuck out her tongue like a chameleon and preyed upon Rika-chan while spinning around.
リカちゃんかわいい。リカちゃんかわいい。はあミー
Rena held her tight as a vice and began to get her a fill of rubbing her cheek into Rika-chan's. Their cheeks rubbed together tightly. Rika-chan's face, it looked like it was being crushed by
何があっ
Rena's.
たかは存じませんけどリカが自業自得のようですわね。
あ
What's the old art for this panel? These panels don't have old arts because these are all new arts.
あ俺も最近ようやくリカちゃんがただ可愛いだけじゃないと悟ったぞ。
ケイチ君に許可をもらったんだよ。お持ち帰り。
For the moment, I just gave her a 3-minute timeout.
ところでサトコ、緊急の呼び出しってのは野球ってことなのか？
ええ、そうですわ。ご家族でホームパーティーだったんですって。悪いことをしましたわね。でもこういう時は家族よりも仲間の危機の方が最優先と決まっていますのよ。
Felt like that's what I was supposed to be saying, not you. Well, it was just a business party for my dad, I guess. I honestly felt glad to be called
そ
out
れで
here.
その危機的状況というのはどんな具合なんだ？6対7ってことは負けてるのがうちのチームってことか。ん？9回の裏で2アウト？なんだこの試合もうほとんど終わりかけてるじゃないかよ。
ケイイチさんがもっと早く来ればもう少し余裕がありましたのよ。ここまで引き伸ばすのにどれだけ苦労したとお思いですの？
分かったよ悪かったよ。で俺の仕事はなんだ？ならば任せろ。こう見えても俺引っ越す前は結構バッティングセンターに通ってたんだぞ。親父が憂さ晴らしに行く時よく付き合わされてさ、ミートバッティングだったらそこそこの自信が。
Boom! A tremendous sound rang out like the likes of which I'd never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending up a light cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound had come from the
ちょっ
ball.
と待ておい、今の凄まじい剛速球は一体なんだ？
驚いた？うん、あれ本物の甲子園ピッチャーなんだよ。スポーツ新聞でも有名な高校野球のエース、 左腕の亀田君って知
Why
ら
are
な
they
い？
using a high schooler to play against a bunch of middle schoolers, bro?
悪いけど知らん。で、ミオン、お前なんだよその格好は。
Mion showed up, and to my surprise, she was wrapped up in bandages. Just what on earth happened?
途中から来た圭一君には最初から説明がいるよね。
お、なんだリカちゃんはもういいのか？
可愛いのいっぱい楽しんだよ。ほよほよでやわやわでふにふに。はあ、ほっぺだけでご飯3杯はいける。もうお嫁に行けないのです。
What? I wonder how Rika-chan's cheeks taste if you could eat them 3 times a day. It almost flipped my own delusion switch, but I put a stop to it using logic. I was an adult. You're 14, Keiichi.
じゃあ説明を頼む。何をどう間違えたらこんな草野球対決に甲子園ピッチャーのリリーフが登場するんだ。
Everyone exchanged glances, then Rena spoke for all of them.
最初はね、普通の野球対決だったの。
南沢ファイターズと沖宮タイタンズはささやかながらも因縁の対決でさ、今回もささやかに大盛り上がりしてたわけ。
まあ平たく言えば学校対決ですわね。南沢と沖宮の学校の因縁試合なんですの。因縁って言ってもまあ和気あいあいとしたものなんだけどね。
で、それになんでうちの部活メンバーが参加してるんだ？ユニフォームを着てるやつもいれば私服のやつもいるし、そもそも俺たちって野球部ってわけじゃないだろう。
つまり、割といい加減なの。
今日たまたまチームに欠員が出たって言うんでさ、それじゃあせっかくだからって言って急遽私たちが乱入することになったってわけよ。
I see. So if there weren't enough members, anyone could come to the rescue, whether boy or girl, and no matter what grade they were in? That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our
リカちゃんに
school.
聞いた話だと最初のうちは押しまくってたらしいじゃないか。
ミーはすごいバッターなのですよ。右へ左へホームランなのです。
Damn. Mion proudly stuck out her chest. Doing so seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groaned pathetically.
ミオンさんが登場するたびに走者一掃の大ホームランが飛び出すんですの。サトコと違ってちゃんとバットにボールが当たるのですよ。いいか
まあなんとなく話は分かった。
Someone explain the plot and Genshin reaction to it. That's impossible.
あの甲子園ピッチャーが登場するまでは楽勝ムードだったというわけだ。
そういうこと。序盤は完全にうちのチームの流れでね、点にはならないまでもガンガン出塁して攻めまくってたんだけどね。
たまたまね、今日の試合にあの亀田くんが見物に来てたの。
Apparently, Kameda attends a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshien. And this man, known as the ace of their baseball team, Kameda, seemed to be quite skilled. Now that I thought about it, it was certainly strange to see cameramen with journalist armbands here to watch a casual baseball game out in the sticks like this.
亀田は小さい頃沖宮タイタンズにいたことがあるのだそうです。
話は見えてきたでしょ。昔のチームが劣勢になって、つまりそれで飛び入りでリリーフ登板することになって、もうバッタバッタよ。出塁はおろかファールも打てないありさまなわけ。
でも甲子園ピッチャーの乱入なんて草野球の試合でずるいですわよ。
All the boys wearing the Hinamizawa Fighters uniform were hanging their heads in disappointment. So how the fuck is Keiichi supposed to fucking help? He doesn't play baseball? I knew almost all of their faces. Isn't everyone here a classmate? Oh, I see. We're the only school in Hinamizawa after all.
富田君に岡村君じゃないか。君たちも野球チームだったのか。
前原さん
His uniform is brand new and not very dirty, fresh off the presses. I could see handmade banners with their names written on them in the grandstands. I see their families came to root for them in their debut game today.
岡村のバットは今日のためにお父さんがプレゼントしてくれたそうなのですよ。
And it broke. Brand new bat sparkled. With that kind of present, a man just has to perform well.
いっぱいいっぱい今日のために素振りとかしてきましたのよ。富田さんなんかやりすぎて手の皮がむけちゃってほら気の毒に。
Oh my god, this fucking soy-ass bitch Tomita. His torn hand looked like it hurt, but from that injury, you could sense his backbone. I get it, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a good one. Vroom. The savior of the Okinomiya Titans, we could hear the sound of this Kamada-kun. Tremendous fastball practice. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids. But at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grass lot game, grudge match, though it may have been. He should have understood how much better he was too. Yeah, it's like LeBron coming to like a fucking elementary school playground and fucking dunking on kids.
こいつら相手にも本気で投げやがったのか。
レナはこんなの大人げないと思う。
True. Rena's eyes grew harsh. Kill him. Took a lot to get Rena mad. As for Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, they were sniffling and fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from the mid. I turned around and this left arm Komada-kun was looking at us and grinning boldly.
というわけよ。こうなったらやるしかないでしょ。
Yep, time to
実
kill him.
戦態勢で。
ああ、どうやら本気で行くしかないな。
でね、本気で言ってみたの。それでみーちゃんが大自爆して。
Huh? Bound Falls, I reported 4 months. Hector this with the 34 earlier. Thank you. Mion, embarrassed, scratched her head, then a moment later doubled over in
自
pain.
爆って一体何をどう自爆したらこんなに大怪我できるんだ？
説明するととてつもなく長いですわね。
She tried to take him down.
一つ言えるのはここまでして戦果なしということぐらいですわね。
ここまで体を張ったのに一点も入れられないなんて。
せっかくの秘策も台無しでかわいそうなのです。
I couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was, but it must have been crazy enough to get her that badly hurt.
でもまあ失敗したおかげでまだ野球でいられるんだろ。
ちょっとみーちゃんの奥の手は野球らしくなかったと思うかな。こうなっては仕方ないでございましょう。ここは正々堂々野球らしく決着をつけるしかないということですわ。
そうそう、野球らしく蹴りをつけないとね。
I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack, but as a member of a club, I wasn't about to accept that so
野
easily.
球らしくってのが引っかかるぞ。野球らしく見えればってことだろ。
私たちの部の新庄だしね。そういうことですわね。手段を選ばないことこそ我が部の美徳でございましたよ。
Rena and Satoko laughed to each other delightfully. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and gave up.
でもカメラがずらーりといるから、なかなかズルはできないのです。
Rika-chan spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching us through the cameras with giant telephoto lenses, foul play would be fairly tough.
そうそう。それがネックだったんだよ。これだけの囚人監視があるとなかなか大胆な手が取れないし。
Do it anyways.
いてててててて。
みーちゃんの手は決しておしとやかだとは思わなかったけどな。
Satoko and Rika-chan both nodded behind Rena.
じゃあここで本題に戻るぞ。今我がチームは1点差で負けてるんだよな。
しかももう9回の裏でアウトも2個取られちゃってるの。
おじさんの作戦がうまくいってれば今頃は満塁のはずなんだけどな。
失敗した作戦を嘆いても始まりませんですのよ。へこたれず次の手を打ってこそ我が部でございましたよ。
Satoko said eagerly, trying to cheer up the downcast Mion whose secret plan had failed. It may have failed, but Satoko still seemed to have another.
サトコがなかなか威勢がいいじゃないか。ってことは何か奥の手があるってことか。
圭一くん、この子を誰だと思ってるのかな。さとこちゃんだよ。北条さとこちゃん。
That was right. We called her Trap Master Satoko, didn't we? She would ensnare her opponent at the perfect moment at the very end. Everyone in our club knew that we could never ever let our guards down against Satoko.
私が仕込んだとはいえ末恐ろしく成長してくれたもんだよ。僅差を制することに関しては私でも舌を巻く時があるね。
ちなみに次の打者がミーでその次の打者がさとこなのです。
Oh shit. We were losing by 1 point, so we could get the next runner on a base. Then a runner after that could hit a big one and end the match. And that final batter was Satoko.
ねえ、勝てそうな気がしてきたでしょ。
どういう仕掛けか想像もつかんが絶対何かの罠だと断言できる。俺が敵のピッチャーなら絶対に敬遠だ。
There was no way Satoko was going to hit a home run even in my dreams. But if she was going to stand in the batter's box normally without any kind of plan, I can't think of anything else she could do.
その
So why
サト
did
コが
Keiichi
俺を呼
even
び出し
come?
た
He can't even
と
go
い
to
う
bat.
ことは。なるほど、読めてきたぜ。
I meant it was a necessary piece of Satoko's trap.
ワクワクするね。さとこちゃんどんなことをするのかな。僕もさとこのさよならホームランが楽しみなのです。
そのためにはケイちゃんの働きが欠かせない。わかるね。これが逆転の最後のチャンス。絶対に失敗できない。
おう、分かってるぜ。そんなこと見てろ。俺とサトコででっかい大逆転を拝ませてやるぜ。
ではケイチさん、これから手順を説明しますわ。ちょっとお耳を拝借しましたよ。
Satoko and I huddled up in a hidden place and held a briefing that anyone watching could tell was suspicious.
前原さんと北条は何を話してるんだろう。委員長みたいにとんでもない奥の手で自爆しないことを。
Bro, I want to know what Mion did. Our teammates Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun seemed very nervous. Rena gave them a wide smile, trying to dispel their anxiety.
大丈夫だよみんな。さとこちゃんとケイチくんならきっとやり遂げてくれるから。
でも龍吾さん、相手は甲子園級のピッチャーなんですよ。いくら北条が得意の罠にはめようとしても。
まあみんな黙って見てなって。面白いゲームが見られるからね。
Mion, who knew everything about to transpire, looked like she was having a hard time stifling the laughter bubbling up within her. She was so terrifying as an enemy, but so reliable as an ally. Mion waved her hand at the umpire.
代打が出ます。私、園崎美音に代わって前原圭一で。
本当に彼で大丈夫なんですか？
Oh god. The umpire turned an uneasy gaze on the pinch hitter who had jumped in with a golf club.
ケイチくんは甘く見ない方がいいですよ。
The members of our club were the only ones grinning with wholehearted confidence. Oh god. Satoko's plan was definitely simple but scrupulous. It even looked like the entire situation had gone according to her calculations. The fact that we were losing by 1 point, the fact that I had come late, the fact that Satoko was the last batter. It even felt like kind of like this had been set up before the game started. There had been a long time out since I got here, and during that time, the opposing pitcher, Kamada-kun, took a bathroom break, even that felt calculated. No, this is Satoko we're talking about. Maybe she gave him a laxative somehow, calculated to get him to use the bathroom at this exact moment, and while he was a long way off, shut up in the bathroom, our plan would begin. The opposing pitcher, Kamada-kun, there he was. Oh shit. In front of the urinal, pleasantly taking care of business. He thought it was only natural he would win at a grass lot game like this and relaxed enough to relieve himself without a care in the world. Maybe that's how he wanted to appear. However, his relaxed state was itself our chance. Right now, you've already conceded to our club. I too casually walked into the bathroom. There were 3 urinals. Kamada-kun was doing his business at the furthest one. I went to the one next to him. Oh my god. He Nobody does that, Keiichi. You freak. Normally, you would leave one urinal open. Kamada-kun seemed to notice me. I noticed me. I had stood right next to him after all.
なんだ。誰かと思えば大ピンチヒッター様。
He recalled seeing me swing the golf club around like an idiot, and he couldn't seem to resist the urge to laugh. I, however, wasn't frustrated in the slightest. The match had already been won the moment I arrived. The game had been decided as a big upset for our team, so now all I had to do was push things along exactly how Satoko planned. Hoo hoo hoo. I'm the one who should be laughing.
ケイチ君、うまくや
What are
れ
they
るかな？
fucking doing to him?
大丈夫でしたよ。
Pitcher found dead to baseball or golf swings inside bathroom.
本気のケイチさんならこんなの朝飯前ですわ。
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, our underclassmen, asked another question with much trepidation.
本当に前原さんはあのピッチャーを攻略できるんですか？
あんたたちケイちゃんと同じクラスで生活してて何にも感じないわけ？彼はね、ゆくゆくはあの力で世界を制するかもしれない。
What?
ケイちゃんと組めば世界制覇は容易だな。
世界？
What the fuck are we talking about? Our teammates exchanged glances. Did Maibara-senpai really have such incredible strength? Just what kind of strength could that be? My question caused Kamada-kun to stare in bewilderment, and for a moment he didn't know what to say.
悪い。ちょっとよく聞こえなかった。もう一度言ってくれるか？
I smiled thinly, looked straight ahead, and said it once more
もう
clearly.
一度だけ言う。俺たちを勝たせろ。
Right to the point. No threats or beating around the bush or anything. Kamada's brain couldn't figure out the meaning of what I said, and I could clearly tell he was confused.
バカも休み休み。俺たちを勝たせるだ。お前正気か？
俺からの要求は伝えた。返事はどっちだ？イエスか？
そんなの迷うまでもない。誰がお前らを勝たせるもんか。お前の頭は少し変じゃないのか？
Kamada didn't hide his bewilderment. He didn't want to be around someone who would babble on like this for another second. Those thoughts spilled into his expression, and he quickly moved to leave the
亀
bathroom.
田君、君にとって勝利は何だ？
決まってる。尊く絶対的で至上目的だ。それは他の何にも変えられない。
He grinned lightly as he answered, as if to make fun of me.
スポーツマンらしい返事だな。勝利こそ絶対。何にも変えられないってわけだ。
そんなのは当たり前だろ。どんな脅しにも買収にも勝利を放棄させるような対価は存在しない。
I was waiting for those words. I, after all, spinning around 3.5 times, pointed right at Kamada's
な
face.
らば聞くべきじゃないのか？それほど尊い勝利を放棄させるに値する。どんな対価が提供されるのかを。
何よバカなことを。そんなもの存在するわけがない。
Ho ho ho. He was denying it, but he stopped. He stopped. He was waiting. He was waiting for me to present some attractive conditions.
君は雑誌のインタビューに好物は焼肉で嫌いなものは甘いものだと答えたらしいが、それは嘘じゃないのかい？
What's that? Why does that matter?
何？
例えば、君が焼肉食い放題に行ったとする。君が皿に持ってくるのは一体なんだ？ロースか？カルビか？牛タンの山か？違うよな。君が持ってくるのは肉じゃない。食い放題のプリンやゼリーやケーキなのだ。女の子が喜びそうな綺麗で可愛らしくて愛くるしい、そんな洋菓子が大好きなんだよな。
I don't understand what the plan is here. Kamina's face turned utterly pale. Our club already knew that he ate a mountain of dessert when he went to the grilled meat buffet. How? How do they fucking know this? And we were well aware of his embarrassment at his weakness for sweets despite his age. Kamada-kun couldn't possibly have known that the particular grilled meat buffet chain in Shishibone was owned by a member of the Sonozaki family. Oh god. I'll have to be careful when I go to eat with my parents from now on. Great. They just own everything.
俺が好きなのは豪快な骨付きの。
違う。お前が好きなのは色とりどりのクリームで優しく可愛らしく盛り付けられたデザートなのだ。まるでフリルやリボンで飾り付けられた無垢な汚れを知らぬ少女を連想させる、そんな透き通った少女のような可愛いデザート。
Okay, what's so wrong about liking dessert though?
ニキビだらけの欲望丸出しのスポーツ狩りが怪我するようにバリバリとむしゃむしゃと。
Acne laden face? Oh damn. It's 1983? Okay, so in 1983 the guys not eat dessert? Did they only eat barbecue? Okay. Ah, I see. Before the 2000s, men weren't allowed to eat ice cream.
そうだ。お前はデザートを食べてめでているんじゃない。
It's not just dessert, it's colorful dessert. Yeah, but my favorite drinks are all fruity drinks. Does that make me a girl?
蹂躙し、しゃぶり尽くしているだけ。
Yes, okay.
お前はデザートを怪我して楽しんでいるだけなんだ。
You wouldn't survive 1983? Bro, I was only born like a decade after 1983, okay? It's not that long after.
もうダメだ。知られてしまった。俺の密かな楽しみが知られてしまった。
Bro, when you're talking about secret pleasure, people would think it's like something fucking perverted. This motherfucker's secret pleasure is eating cute desserts.
もう生きていけ
Like,
ない。
okay.
死ぬしか。死ぬしか。
バカ野郎！命を粗末にするな！
Kerslam! I hit him on the side of his head as hard as I could. Kamada-kun fell down like a girl. His eyes started watering and he broke down. Whoa. This game's getting real fucking... What's going on, man?
こんな変なことを考えてデザートを食べているのはきっと世界で俺だけだ。
Okay.
俺は爽やかなスポーツマンのふりをした隠れスケベなんだ。
What? I don't really understand how this is a pervert thing, but...
そうだ。お前はスケベだ。
I guess I'm a pervert too, chat. 'Cause I like I like cute desserts and fruity drinks. No shit, I'm not. I'm a dignified man. Instead, I clap my hands down onto his
わめ
shoulders.
くなカメだ。男がスケベで何が悪い？
True. Dun dun.
男はすべからくスケベだ。だがそれを認めるか否かで男の器は天と地の差を持つのだ。お前は自分に素直だった。それを自慢していい。威張っていい。自分を誇りに思え。
Instead of blaming him, I told him to have pride in himself, and Kamada-kun couldn't hide his
そう
confusion.
だ。そして俺はお前に感銘を受けたのだ。デザートはただ単に食後に食べる甘いもの。今までずっとそう思ってた。それは間違ってた。お前がそれを教えてくれたんだ。お前に出会ったおかげで俺は明日から同じデザートを一味も二味も違った味わい方ができるようになるだろう。例えばいちごのショートケーキ。
Strawberry shortcake. Gulp. Kamada's throat cried out.
いちごのショートケーキの地味さはそうだ。どこか古風なロックメーカー華やかなりし頃の正統派のメイドを思わせる。スカートが短いこびた近代メイドじゃないぞ。正統派の清掃の本格派。いちごしかありません。こんなものしかご用意できませんが、どうかご賞味くださいませ。というつつましやかさがいいよな。ご賞味くださいませ。燃える。
燃え。
いちごしかないからこそ柔らかく主張したクリームのデコレーションはさしずめ、フリルやレース、刺繍飾りのようなものだよな。それを上品な貴族のご主人様のようにフォークで切り分け、いやいや、それを下劣に油汗を浮かせた悪のご主人様のようにしゃぶりつくところがワイルドなのか。いや、それよりイチゴを取った後のくぼみの方がいけてるよな。そこに舌を這わせたら、ああ！
What is happening?
それってどんな味なんだよ。
Bros are food sexuals.
いちごを取った後のくぼみ。
俺もう辛抱できないや。帰りはエンジェルモードでショートケーキを開けるまで見つめて俺のためだけに美しく着飾った少女たちを身を寄せ合って震える少女たちを一人ずつ順番に一つ食べるごとに、次はどの子にしようかと顎をこうふいと持って品定めをして
Please translate girls as cake, alright? Star emoji. Keiichi-kun seems to be talking about cake combination platters. Emphasis mine. What?
めでるように
What?
顎をこう
クイッと思って。
What the fuck? Has there ever been a man such as this who could speak so passionately about a single piece of strawberry shortcake? No, there has not. There has never been, I say. Okay, right. Right. Okay.
カメだ、もう一度だけ言う。俺たちを勝たせろ。
それは。
ならもういい。お前には頼まん。
I rejected Kamada outright and turned on my
も
heel.
ういいや。この試合は負けだ負け。もうこんな試合どうでも。そんなことより試合が終わったらエンジェルモートに行って
He's gonna treat him?
フリルとリボンで西洋人形のように飾られた美少女たち食い放題で行こうかな。今夜は豪快に徹底的に食い散らかしじゃい。
食い放題。
Thud. Despite this being the bathroom, Kamada-kun put both his hands on the floor.
俺が間違ってました。
どうした亀田君。言いたいことがあるならはっきりと言え。
こんなあなたみたいな人に出会ったのは初めてです。俺は今まで自分はどこか変じゃないかとずっと思って隠れて楽しんできたのに。
何を躊躇するか歪償が。さっき言ったはずだ。認めるか否かが男の分岐路なのだ。貴様は胸を張れるべき男。さあ手を差し出せ。自らの偉大さを示してみろ。俺と一緒に俺たちの世界を認めるんだ。
Kamada-kun was crying tears of gratitude, unable to speak. That was the moment we exchanged the most zealous handshake the world has ever known. Damn, they're dap. Okay. The handshake of the bond of our souls. Ardent and intense, tight and steadfast. For a long time we remained that way. Dapped up with piss hands. Wait, actually. Wait. They didn't even wash their hands. They just at the urinal right now. Fucking fresh. Their dicks were in their hands, bro. It was an enthusiastic handshake, as though we were two brothers separated at birth, embracing each other tightly, as though it would give us back the time we had spent apart. That was the moment the man who would pass into legend for eating so much during Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert day that he was banned from the restaurant forevermore was born. He would eventually write in his autobiography that our meeting this day was fate. Okay. But none of that had anything to do with this.
じゃあ後でな。とりあえず試合は今話した通りの手はずで頼むぜ。
With just that, I turned on my heel and made to leave the bathroom. But then Kamada-kun stopped me.
待ってくれ。せめてあんたの名前を聞かせてくれ。
俺か？俺の名は前原圭一。いや。
I kind of didn't feel like using my real name. Anyway, maybe I should lie to him and use a code name. Pervert Master.
俺のことはケイと呼べ。
Okay, bro.
K.
Well, wait, was that actually an embarrassing name? I left the bathroom behind me at a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment. I had apparently looked quite gallant coming out like that.
さとこより圭一さんへ。守備はどうでございましたの？
圭一より里子へ。交渉は成功。エンジェルモートで俺と奴のデザート食い放題で妥結した。ミオ、問題ないな。
エンジェルモートにデザート食べ放題で2席。
Why is he asking Mion, huh? Mion, why are you answering?
了
You're
解
not Shion.
手配しとくよ。
どういう風に交渉したのか実に気がかりなのです。きっとデザートの美味しい話で盛り上がったに違いないかなはう。
I entered the batter's box as a pinch hitter in place of Mion, but all of the pieces were already in place. The straight pitch whipped by me like a bullet, true to its name. Wait, hold up. Why is he... Camera people raise their voices in wonder and click their shutters. A sharp pitch as always. He's really going places this summer, isn't he? That golf club pinch hitter is standing straight up too. Hee hee. But doesn't Kameda-kun look a little strange? It's like he got a cold sweat. Oh, okay. I patted my shoulders with my bat, then sneered at him in a relaxed voice.
どうした亀田君、今日は不調かな？
Nah, with a fucking hairline forehead like that, bro, he's definitely a pervert. What the fuck is that, bro? Oh my god. Jesus Christ, brother. That is insane how long his head is. Jesus. Bro, like, they gave him like an extra like 2 inches on this fucking head. Professor, wait, he actually looks like he's wearing Magneto's helmet, but just has it like up a little bit.
この程度の球じゃ笑っちゃってバットを振る気にもならないぜ。
That's a crazy long head, bro. Oh shit. Oh my god. He didn't have an artwork before. Jesus Christ.
おのれ。
Ooh. The next pitch with the same incredible speed as before, it curved sharply and should have thrown off the batter's skill. But Keiichi didn't move at all. Ooh. Chat, listen, you don't have to see my forehead. My face isn't fucking that long. Like, his face is like this, bro. It's like a fucking goddamn, it's like a... looking like a... What are those fucking...
直球投手に小細工は不要だ
You
よ。
guys know those jelly beans that like turn over by themselves if you just like roll them? Looking like that.
こんなカーブに引っかかってくれるのかい？この辺りのバッターは
Beans. Oh no. He's getting cocky. Was Ushima Kameda the pitcher who conquered Koshien losing the mental battle? The next straight pitch had incredible speed again, but it went a little wild. It was a ball. I snorted, not even bothering to get ready for
どう
it.
した亀田君？
Wait, if he's just gonna get 4 balls in a row and then he just walks, then Satoko still has to land a hit. No, unless he's just gonna do all balls in a row.
そんなにど真ん中が怖いのかい？まさか天下の亀田君が
I don't
フォ
know
ア
if
ボール
bases
なん
are
てことは
loaded.
ないだろうな。
Were they? Maybe they are.
くそー。
The abnormal, unexpected situation spread confusion through the reporters.
何者だよ、あの前原圭一って男は。あの剛速球を前にしてここまでの余裕とは。
叶わないと見て空威張りをしてるだけさ。あんな不真面目そうな男にあの亀田が打たれるはずはない。いや、私ははったりとは思えないな。超一流は同じく超一流を見抜くという。あの亀田は紛れもなく超一流。ならばこそあの謎の男の進化を見抜ける。
A really business person looking guy took off his sunglasses and gazed upon Keiichi.
まさか本当に？
The idiot pinch hitter who came in cheering them on with a golf club was actually a genius?
本人はもう野球に魅力を失い、ゴルフへの転向を希望しているのだろう。天才スラッガー、ゴルフ界へ移籍か。
What are we smoking? What a tremendous loss for baseball. Stop the presses. We're changing up our sports columns.
ボール。これでフルカウントだぞ。
This excessive production was, of course, all being dramatized by Satoko. The big shots constantly had their eyes on Kamada-kun. If he were to lose easily, they knew the match would have been fixed. Perhaps she wanted this little play of ours to create a mood where it wouldn't be strange for Kamada-kun to lose, but...
サトコ、これどう見てもやりすぎだぞ。
頑張れてございましたよ、ケイチさん。明日の休会はいただきですわ。
I don't want any scouts actually coming after me. I'm terrified of what would happen when the jig is up. Well, Keiichi, you did say in Chapter 1 you really wanted to join the baseball team, so... Wait, I can't be making nervous faces right now.
ボール、フォアボール。臆したか、亀田君。見損なったぞ。
Kamada-kun hung his head in feigned
ケイ
dejection.
さん、これでバッチリ筋書き通りですよね。
ああ、でかしたぞ亀田君。
How are they
この
communicating
調
this
子で
right now?
次のバッターも頼むぞ。こんな試合とっとと終わらせて。
早く食べ放題に行きましょうよ。
Oh, what the fuck? These guys are food sexuals. Kamada-kun and I exchanged evil smiles. For some reason, there were a lot of camera flashes right then. It seemed like our dear journalist friends took it as two worthy rivals smiling to acknowledge each other's strength. Bro. As I trotted over to first base, the camera's flashes continued almost to the point where they were annoying. When I got to first base, one of the reporters came over for an interview.
前原君、この亀田君との決着は甲子園でつけるつもりですか？
Ugh, things seemed like they were about to get too big for me. Maybe I should just be honest and confess that I'm not really into baseball.
甲子園？俺は日本球界なんて初めから興味ないんだ。悪いな。
Whoa! This man, right from the start, he was always aiming for the world. He might become Japan's first ever big leaguer. Damn. Huh. I guess back then, Japan didn't really have any, Wow, okay. You know? Keiichi goes on to... The conversation was getting fantastically out of hand. Oh, I don't care anymore. I'll strike a guts pose for the cameras in desperation.
よっしゃ、作戦通りケイちゃんが出塁したね。
次はさとこちゃんの
Yeah,
手順
but
だね。
there's no way. Satoko has to hit this shit. There's no way they would let... There's no way they would let this guy absolutely walk her too.
どうするんだろう。どうするんだろう。さあ、でっかいホームランでサヨナラ勝ちですわよ。
Satoko stepped up to plate, waving the bat around. The reporters couldn't hold back their laughter, maybe because they had just seen his battle with me. Maibara-kun finally got on base, but now it's all over. I see, so this is why Kamada-kun intentionally walked him. He didn't even fight it, he waited for an easier opponent for the final out. But to avoid a direct confrontation like that, we cannot make light of him. That Keiichi Maibara.
さあ、亀田さん、いらっしゃいませ。
バカにするな。俺を誰だと思っているんだ？ケイさん。いや、前原さんならともかく、お前ごときに遅れなど取るものか。
Uh-oh. Whenever this girl stepped up to bat, she had swung wildly and missed striking out every time. This might sound rude, but however much Kamada-kun holds back, I don't think she'll be able to hit a home run. I could hear the reporters declaring that there was no way a comeback would happen. Wait, what? Satoko, she swung wildly and missed every single time she stepped up to bat? She swung after the sound had ended, completely mistiming it. Could hear disappointed voices coming from those rooting for Hinamizawa. It's only natural. Every single batter has struck out. Even if worse came to worse, no one would get a hit. And that's why it didn't sound strange when Kamada-kun said this.
お前ごときに本気で投げても仕方がないな。チャンスだ。次の一球は下投げでのんびり投げてやる。一発くらいヒットを打ってお母ちゃんに自慢できる種にさせてやる。
No, she doesn't have a mommy, bro. Yikes. She can't go brag to mommy. She's dead. From out of the corner of his eye, Kamada-kun gives me a look. Was that all right?
いい感じだぞ。実にさりげない。
いえいえ、計算ほどではとてもとても。
Oh my god. Even that exchange was seen as heated and enthusiastic by the reporters.
でも計算、いくら手を抜いて投げてもこの子本当に打てる。
いいからお前は決められた通りに投げろ。俺にはなんとなく分かってる。
Our exchange over, Kamada-kun moved from set position into a pitching stance. Oh shit! The fuck? Why she got a leaf in her fucking mouth? She thinks she is.
手加減の球を投げなさいな。大ホームランにして差し上げますわ。
She had struck out every time she was at bat. When I heard that, my vague ideas became firm beliefs. Oh no. And out of Kamada-kun's hands comes a slow, lazy pitch, as though they were playing catch. Normal people would probably be able to hit it, but for Satoko, who had been striking out the whole time, just when people started to think that way, the members of her club had already realized that Satoko's trap had begun. It was true. Striking out constantly today had all been laying the groundwork for this moment, an act. All to make it feel like Kamada-kun letting out the gas wasn't strange at all. He farted, which meant, in other words, that Satoko. Oh shit! Oh wait, true. Remember Satoshi had a baseball, maybe a baseball bat? Maybe like Satoshi actually played baseball and like they played together. And maybe she was secretly actually good at baseball the whole time. Whoa! She got it! Look at it go! The super huge home run Satoko hit disappeared over the roof of the school. The reporters lost their words at the sight, and then roars of applause. Despite this being what we'd anticipated, I can't help but stare in mute amazement at the gorgeous home run. Satoko strutted over to first base.
ほらほら、何をしてますの、ケイチさん。二塁は向こうでございますのよ。
Satoko、お前、野球得意なんだろ。
Satoko grinned, showing her fang-like canines in reply. Come to think of it, she played baseball a lot with Tomita-kun and the others during lunch, didn't she? The fact that they always invited her to play meant she was by no means bad at it.
それを全て大振りの凡退だ。しかも亀田君が登場する前からだろ。たく、つくづく最後の最後に何か仕掛けるやつだな。
いつも言ってましたよ。罠は一つ。それも最後の最後で本当にさりげないくらいで十分なんでしたよ。
Damn it, this sounded kind of cool. Basically, she was just bragging about hitting the ball, but when Satoko did it, it looked so cool. We crossed home plate in order, me, then Satoko, and completed our walk-off home run. Our teammates welcomed us back with their blessings. Maibara-san, that was amazing, totally cool. I never thought it would happen. Okay, why are we like glazing Keiichi though? That was all Satoko, man. Come on. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun praised me.
どうだ見たかよ富田君岡村君見事ひっくり返してやったぜ
レナもかっこよかったと思うよお疲れ様
Keiichi did all the gaslight work. He convinced him with his weird food goon talk though. True. Yep, food goon. That's a new phrase, I guess.
こんなの軽い仕事だぜ
I briskly clapped my hands against Rena's outstretched palm.
さとこもあっぱれ。最後は豪快に決めてくれたね。
私を誰だとお思いですの？
Man, can't underestimate her. Satoko Hojo.
ケイちゃんも見事だったよ。よくあの亀田を口説き落とせたね。
口先の魔術師なのです。
リカちゃん、それ褒め言葉じゃないと思うな。
しかし本当に圭一さんでなくてはできない荒技ですわね。私にはとても真似できませんわ。ぜひ今度私にもご教授いただきたいですわね。
あんな荒技をサトコがこなしたら想像するのも恐ろしい。くれぐれも真似はしないでくれよな。
After declaring the match over, the umpire came to us.
いや、まさか本当に勝てるとは。
But why did this motherfucker get an actual model? Unless he's actually gonna appear later. Like he's definitely a one-time thing, right?
驚きましたよ。
サトコなら打てるって言ったでしょ。全然信じてくれないんだからな。
He's gonna die. The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Satoko, smiling dryly.
それに圭一君だってすごかったでしょ。
Okay, was he actually though? If you don't know what's actually happening, like all Keiichi did was stand there and miss every ball, and then like the pitcher missed every throw as well, and then like he just walked. So,
圭一君ってここ一番で本当に頼りになる人なんですよ。
いやー、ゴルフクラブで乱入してきた時は本当に大丈夫かと思いましたけど、あの亀田君との行き詰まる攻防は手に汗を握りましたよ。
right, that breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would have realized that while everyone thought this was a fair match, Kameda-kun and I were thinking about our evil dessert-violating ways.
さて監督、約束ちゃんと覚えてるよね。
これは仕方がありませんね。
Your food arrived yet? It's been outside for a
やっ
bit.
たねやったね。圭一君、これで明日はバーベキュー大会だよ。
Rena clapped her hands and we all began to dance with joy. Tomita-kun and our other teammates were jumping up and down too.
なんだバーベキュー大会？おいおい、一体どういう話になってるんだ？
今日の試合に勝てたら高級お肉いっぱいのバーベキュー大会を振る舞ってくださるって約束になってましたの。亀田さんの登場で一時は危うかったですが、圭一さんの活躍で見事獲得できましたのよ。
I see, so that's what this was about. It was certainly not a game we could have lost. What the fuck?
入江は大散財でかわいそなのです。
参ったな。でも約束ですからね。
私たちは食うときは情け容赦なく食うからね。何しろ育ち盛りだし。いいかいみんな、明日は徹底的に
Gotta love Mion's laugh. Never gets old. All of the members of Hinamizawa fighters raised their fists high in the air and cheered. Rika-chan was petting the head of the umpire, who was smiling painfully at the off-kilter remarks. He gave her his head and looked like he was about to cry. Oh, where? It looked like the price of victory would be pretty big.
参ったな。でも仕方ないね。約束ですから。お肉とかを買いにお買い物に行かないとな。
監督、約束通り牛肉は高級なのお願いね。 野菜ばっかり買って安上がりにしたら許さないからね。
The umpire, whom they were calling Coach, grinned dryly, crestfallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he was wearing had Hinamazawa Fighters written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire, he was actually our team's coach.
前原くんでよかったですか？お名前。
あ、はい。
前原くんの出塁がなければありえない逆転でした。ぜひ明日のバーベキューにはいらしてください。いやいや、それよりもぜひうちのチームに入りませんか？あなたとなら喧嘩を制覇できるかも。
No, you can't. Keiichi fucking actually sucks at baseball.
監督。まあその話は置いといて、今はお財布の心配だけをなさいませ。
Despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along very well with him. Coach, huh?
よろしくお願いしますね。ひなみざわファイターズ監督の入江ですよ。
He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it with my own reply.
よろしく。
Then the coach took his other hand and began to stroke my soft. What's going on here?
すべすべなお手手ですね。
A bunch of freaks play baseball in this game, huh? Everybody who plays baseball is a freak?
決めも細かいし、お手入れも実にいい感じです。
Brother, you're an adult. Why are you stroking this 14-year-old kid's hands?
はあ、さわさわ。
はあ？ちょっと。
当家のメイドたちにもこれくらいの肌のお手入れはするよう厳命しなくてはいけないですね。
Wait, what?
お手入れの悪いメイドたちにはお仕置き。
メイド？何の話をしてるんですか？
Does he own Angel Mort?
はあ、こんなすべすべな手でご奉仕。はあ。
The coach's eyes were spellbound, and as his delusions floated through his very own magical universe, he made a supremely satisfied smile. Bro is fucking gooning. What the fuck did Rickle just type? Bro, that hey, Fries probably understood you. I bet you Fries knows exactly what you just typed. How do I put this? Who the hell is this guy?
面食らってる。
He's actually you, bro? No. Not a freak like that.
でもとっても面白い人なんだよ。
I felt like you couldn't measure him by saying strange or funny. He's sunny. Strange and funny. I really didn't think we'd get along. Snap. The other self in my mind made a witty retort for some reason.
ほら、いい加減になさいませ。ケイジさんも嫌がっておりましたよ。
はあ、すべすべ。
Coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Satoko hit him with a threefold wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. What in the fuck? Okay. Satoko's trap course advanced. Bro, are we just getting trap courses for each one? One more? Chat, we're already 8.5 hours in. It's fucking midnight. We started so late because of the Popocom thing. You promised? Bro, I did, but I didn't realize we would do the Popocom thing so late. Like, come on, bro. Motherfucker, are you really gonna break promises 3 days straight? Bro, chat, it's so late. If I do another chapter, I'm gonna go until 2 a.m. Fuck you. And then I'm just gonna break my sleep schedule again right after fixing it. What do you mean so? What's wrong with you? You changed? My streamer is washed. This chapter was buns, bro? That's not fair. Oh, okay. Huh. You can't determine that. So 3 chapters tomorrow? No, no, no. All right, chat. That was a good long chapter too, you know? That's pretty good. Tomorrow we have Yishuan polls. Yes, sir. We got the Yishuan polls, and then the day after that, we will have, what am I saying? Oh shit, no. Tomorrow is Ethereum Restart as well as Yishuan polls. So if you guys are playing Ethereum Restart, I'll be sponsored for that tomorrow, so we'll be checking that out. Chat, even though we got ZZZ and Yishuan, I promise we will do Higurashi tomorrow. Okay, I'm not promising any chapter count, but we will do Higurashi tomorrow. After the sponsor, after Yishuan, all that, I will still do Higurashi. Nope, not lying, chat. I have not missed a day of Higurashi. We have done Higurashi every day, okay? Now, we haven't been able to hit 2 chapters a day, but we still been able to hit every day, right? So, anyways, so 3 chapters tomorrow? No! And, hey, if anybody wants a Popcom code, there you go. Pop that into Steam and someone yoink that. There you go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody. I'll send you guys over to Sweetly. How did they do? Oh, they're still playing. Send you guys over there. I don't know if they've done their challenge yet, but maybe. By the way, Irie is being referred to as Kantoku, which is a coach here, but translated as director in chapter 1. Oh, you think he's... What was the missing piece of the dismemberment case, chat? It was the hand, right? Right? The hand was missing. And now he was touching Keiichi's hand like crazy. The whole arm? Yeah, but the hand is part of the arm, and he was stroking that shit. So maybe? Maybe? My real